You must be Leslie.
Yes, and you must be Mr. Liverman.
Right again.
Sorry?
Do come in.
Thank you.
Firstly, let me say, welcome to Happy Endings Dating Agency, where love isn't just a dream, it's a calculated decision.
Thank you.
Do, take a seat.
Thanks again. You're a little different than I imagined.
How so?
I don't know. Something about your voice. I imagined you taller.
I have a tall voice.
Well, no,
So, what brings you to our humble and, some may say, old-fashioned little establishment?
Well, I must admit, I did try a few of the online agencies first, but it all felt so anonymous and, well, cold, really.
Yes.
I tried placing a few classifieds too, but that was worse. Some of the people out there, I mean, really?
You don't need to explain it to me, Leslie. We here at Happy Endings are quite aware that when it comes to love, there's no substitute for the personal touch.
In fact, I wasn't even sure I wanted to start dating again, because the way things are going nowadays, I began to think, why bother?
What things?
Everything.
Everything?
Yes, absolutely everything.
Well, that's a rather broad canvas. Could you be a little more specific?
Well, melting glaciers, rising sea levels, wars, jihads, famine, swine flu, the ozone, the Middle East, Paris Hilton, Somali pirates, identity theft, trade deficits, government surveillance. It's endless. And after a while, you start to wonder what the point is in trying to make a connection with anyone if it's all going to hell anyway.
So what's going to hell?
This. All of it. All of us. It's all going in one direction and it's definitely not up.
Don't you think you're being rather pessimistic?
It's overwhelming.
But look around. Life carries on, as it always has.
Of course it does. On the surface. It's all a matter of perception. It's all we have.
But if it's all we have, then why worry? If what we perceive is okay, then everything's okay. Yes?
No.
Why not?
Because it's only our perception of reality, not reality.
But some would argue perception is everything.
Oh, if only it were.
So why did you?
Why did I what?
Decide to date again.
Oh, I don't know, really. I think I just became bored with my reality.
Or your perception of it.
Yes, exactly.
So, you're looking for someone to help fill the void inside you.
What void? I never mentioned any void.
Well, no, but to say that you were bored with your reality does imply a certain sense of emptiness, of something missing in your life. Wouldn't you agree?
No, it just means I was bored.
I see.
That didn't sound very good, did it?
Frankly, no, it didn't.
I'm sorry.
This could potentially be the beginning of an entirely new chapter in your life, Leslie. A journey that could transform and reimagine your entire concept of what it means to be a human being on planet Earth in the 21st century. Entering into that realm of possibilities simply because you're bored may not be the healthiest approach one could wish for.
As I said, I'm sorry. Perhaps stagnant is a better way of putting it. I feel like I've been stagnating lately.
I'm not sure that's much better. Quite possibly worse. Personally, I would avoid using such terminology when meeting potential suitors.
Why? It's how I feel. I'm just being honest.
Honest isn't always good.
Of course it is. Everyone loves honesty.
Everyone loves honesty when it's saying what they want to hear.
Well, I wouldn't be interested in dating anyone who didn't respect honesty.
It's not a question of respecting honesty. It's a matter of respecting you.
But you're saying I should be dishonest. What's to respect in that?
I'm not suggesting anything of the kind. I'm merely pointing out that the truth can benefit from a little translation.
Into what? I only know English.
Into something more appealing to the recipient of your truth.
Dress it up?
Enhance it.
Lie?
Reinvent.
But truth is the truth. Once you start messing with it, it ceases to be the truth.
Not at all. It becomes an updated, an improved version of the original. And who doesn't like that?
Look, I am who I am, and people are just going to have to take it or leave it.
Wrong, 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 wrong. That is entirely the wrong way to go about this. That way of thinking will always and without fail prevent you from going from stage 1 to stage 2.
What's stage 1 and stage 2?
Stage 1 is the first date where you discover if the chemistry is there. Stage 2 is everything else.
Well, perhaps I'll meet a man at stage 1 who feels exactly the same way I do. Someone who will say, this is who I am, take it or leave it.
Perhaps you will. But I can virtually guarantee that you'll both be repulsed and disgusted by each other's indulgent, self-centric intransigence.
You don't know that. Perhaps we'll both find it refreshing to find someone so secure with themselves.
Impossible. You'll both be so convinced of your own self-perfection that neither will be able to adapt to the other. Remember, 2 rights always make a wrong.
I think I'm beginning to lose what little enthusiasm I had for this.
Now, don't be like that. There's no reason to lose heart. You just need to pay a little mind to how others perceive you.
Perception versus reality again.
Exactly. So when you meet your prospective partner, you don't gesture to him to join you in your fetid pool of stagnation. You invite him to dive with you into an ocean of endless possibilities. Are you beginning to see what I mean?
It's beginning to sound very aquatic.
And why shouldn't it? It's sink or swim out there, and there won't be a lifeguard in sight. The better prepared you are to accept the exciting challenges ahead, the less the likelihood there is of you coming back to me a dripping, sobbing mess.
But what you're asking is for me to pretend to be someone I'm not.
Wrong again.
Yes, you are.
Not at all. In order for you to pretend to be someone you're not, you have to know who you are. Do you?
Well, sort of. In a way.
This isn't a guessing game. You can't sort of know who you are. You either know it or you don't. And I can tell you quite categorically, from the moment you walked through that door, what I saw before me was someone who had no idea who they were or where they were going. From the look on your face, to your body language, to the way you're dressed. It's all a mass of confusion and self-doubt, stitched together by a few flimsy, half-hearted, and quite frankly, clumsy attempts at individualism.
Thank you.
That may be a rather harsh assessment, but until you get to the root of what's holding you back, you won't be able to move forward.
Is that really how I come across?
Well, to me, but then I'm a professional.
And to others?
Well, it won't be as clearly delineated, but they'll sense it. You can't hide these things. It's in your aura. They may not be able to exactly put their finger on it, but they'll sense that something is off.
But I don't know how to be anyone other than who I am.
And therein lies the problem.
But this is it. This is me.
Are we back to that? Back to I am who I am mantra?
But it's true.
But it isn't enough. It isn't enough to just be in today's day and age.
Why ever not?
Ask yourself, why are you sitting here before me today? And I think you'll know the answer to that question.
Yes. I suppose you've got a point.
Supposition doesn't even enter into it. The fact is, you've made absolutely no attempt at a clear brand strategy to market yourself fully and cohesively in the world in which you live. And until you do, any attempt you make to forge a meaningful and genuine relationship with another member of the human race will be doomed to failure.
And on the other hand?
There is no other hand.
No flip side?
None.
But why should I have to brand myself? I'm not a product, for heaven's sake.
No, not a product, an entity perhaps, a a commodity, let's say.
I'm not sure I'm liking the sound of all this.
You are in the market, aren't you?
Well...
For a relationship?
Yes, but...
So there you are.
Can't I just be the brand that I am?
What brand? I see no brand. All I see is a hodgepodge of ideas and abstractions sloppily thrown together without any thought or conviction about how they appear as a whole. You are a lazy living grab bag of nothing in particular, cobbled together with neither faith nor conviction.
That's not fair.
That's not nice, is what that is. Not nice for anyone. And certainly not nice for the prospective suitor that might be looming on the horizon.
I am me, therefore I am truth.
I'm sorry?
I am me, therefore I am truth.
Was that humor?
No.
What then?
It was a statement, and quite profound in its simplicity, I think.
No, it wasn't. It was an awkward, artless attempt at trying to justify your unwillingness to change. It was also, I might add, completely emblematic of everything that's wrong with your entire methodology.
I wasn't aware I had one.
Or lack thereof.
I thought it had a ring to it.
I thought it had a clang to it. Look, you toss together a few tired, half-remembered cliches, shake them up a bit, sheepishly sputter them out, and expect me to be duly impressed. But where was the effort? Where was the trying? And it's like that with everything. Your hair, for instance.
What about it?
Well, I'd wager it's the same look you had back in school.
No, I keep it a bit shorter. Here. Just right here.
And your dress sense?
I think I look all right.
But all right isn't good enough. All right equals invisible. Your look is as ill-conceived and slipshod as that embarrassing statement you just blurted out. And it just won't do.
I'm beginning to wonder if this wasn't all a big mistake.
What, your hair or the outfit?
Coming here.
Look, Leslie, I am only trying to help you achieve your goals. But if I am to do that, you're going to have to face some uncomfortable truths. Now, back in prehistoric times, things were much simpler. You could just wrap a pelt around yourself, grunt at your heart's desire, and live happily ever after. These days, things are a bit more complicated. Everything must be cultivated and contrived. Nothing can be left to chance. From the way you dress, to the way you walk, to the way you smile, to the way you talk. Everything must be manufactured with exact precision in order to create the real you. The one that closes the deal. Then, and only then, will you become truly viable in today's fickle and uncertain market.
Can't someone just love me for who I am?
But if you don't know who you are, what's there to love?
The question marks?
Let me put it this way. Let's say I send you out on a date with a very nice gentleman who you find yourself very attracted to. And the next evening, you eagerly await his phone call. He, meanwhile, that very same evening, is enjoying cocktails with friends who are all eager to hear the results of his first date, and to which he relays any one of the following. She redefined the word dull. From the way she dressed, I thought she was manic depressive. Her hair kept reminding me of my grandmother. She was nice enough, but my God, that annoying laugh. Or perhaps, in a million years, I could never get used to that nose. Do you see what I mean?
This is all too much. I can't do it.
Incidentally, your nose Have you considered surgery?
Oh, that's it. That is it. I've had it.
No, I was only considering a
This is
slight-
ridiculous. I'm sorry. I've had enough.
I'm sorry.
I've had enough.
Now don't overreact. I'm only here to help.
Yes, and you have. You really have.
Good. Now sit down.
I'm leaving.
Now?
I should have never come.
But what about love?
I've gone off it.
But you need it. Everyone does.
It's too much trouble.
But your boredom, your void.
I'll fill it with something else.
A cat.
A catechism. I'll take the vows.
A nun?
I hear a calling.
I hear nothing.
Thanks for everything.
But don't you want
Goodbye.
a happy ending?